In a bit more than 10 minutes, I'm going to teach you the first 3 chords and a strumming pattern so you can play your very first real song even if you've never played guitar before. I've taught a lot of beginners, and this is the exact starting point I use to get them playing fast. For this lesson, we're going to learn to play in the key of A. So we're going to start by putting our index finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. And then you're going to place your middle finger above that, 4th string, 2nd fret. And then finally place the ring finger on the 2nd string, 2nd fret. So all 3 fingers, you need to cram them all in there into that 2nd fret. And then you'll start by playing the 5th string with your right hand. And it'll sound like this. Again. That's the A chord. Let's go on to our 2nd chord, okay? We're going to learn a D chord. Now a D, just as the A, begins with the index finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. Your middle finger will go down to the 1st string, 2nd fret, and your ring finger goes to the 2nd string, 3rd fret. And you can start on your right hand, you'll start with the 4th string and strum it. It sounds like this. Again. Now you'll notice that I'm playing each string slowly and separately. We don't want to do this yet. That's called a strum, and we'll get to that when we start playing songs. However, when we're learning a new chord, you want to hit each string individually to make sure you're getting a good sounding note out of each string. And so if any of your strings sounds like this, if they buzz, they don't have a solid note, maybe they sound dead, or they just you're not hitting it quite hard enough and you hear that buzz, that just means you need to press harder when you're chording until you can get a good sounding note out of each string. Now let's move on to our 3rd chord. It's an E chord. For this, your middle finger will go up 1 string to the 5th string but stay in the 2nd fret. Your ring finger goes up to the 4th string, also in the 2nd fret, and your index finger stays on that 3rd string but goes back to the 1st fret. And then we can play all 6 strings, and the E sounds like this. And so as you're practicing, you have all 3 chords now, what I call the 3 fundamental chords of the key of A. So what I suggest you do is you play those chords, and not only play them, but practice transitioning between A to D, back to A, E, and back to A. And you can do that over and over. And this is how you get good at playing these chords so you can start playing a song. And those are the first 3 chords that you need to learn to play your first real song. If you want a full step-by-step path, I've got a full course that walks you through this in detail. But for now, let's get straight to the right hand technique. So to get started, the only thing that we're going to do is we're going to, with our right hand, strum all the way through. Now, what I often recommend is you'll see some people with their right hand kind of leave the middle ring and pinky fingers that are not touching the pick. They'll just kind of leave those hanging, and that's okay. I kind of prefer making a very slight fist. Now, it's not something that I'm gripping real tight. I'm simply just kind of making a fist loosely with my fingers. But oftentimes what you'll find is that you want to have kind of like a pendulum of a clock. Kind of think that way. And sometimes it can be easier to do that if your fingers are balled in a fist. However, if you find that leaving the fingers out is more comfortable and you're able to keep a better rhythm in that way, I'm not going to tell you that you need to do it in a different way. As you progress and you go to lead guitar playing, some people play lead with their hand in a ball, and that way it allows their hand to move more freely as they pick the strings. Some people leave their fingers out. Some people anchor their fingers. And so even that is going to be a lot more of a personal preference than something that's right or wrong. And so with this lesson, I'm going to let you determine which way is more comfortable for you to hold your hand as you learn to strum. If you've never held a pick before, what I would recommend is hold it between your thumb and your index finger. I use the side of my index finger and then the bottom of my thumb, and just lightly hold the pick there. Hold it strong enough that the pick's not flying out of your hand, but not so strong that the pick has no bend, it has no flexibility whatsoever. In addition to kind of hindering your picking technique, it'll also wear your hand out, and you don't want hand fatigue when you're strumming. Because really there's no need for it. Just hold the pick strongly enough that the pick's not dropping on the ground and flying out of your hand, and you'll be fine. So let's begin with the key of A, because our first song that we're going to learn is Amazing Love in the key of A. I'm about to jump into playing a metronome in the background for us to practice our rhythm playing to. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to start the metronome at 66 beats per minute. And really, that's because what I found online said that Amazing Love is played at 66 beats per minute. So that's where we're going to start. So 66 beats per minute. And what you want to do is you want to find that first note that you can hear the pitch is a little different than the other three. Okay, that's the one. We're going to strum on beats 2 and 4. Okay, so if you were to count this with that higher pitched note being the 1, it would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to strum on 2 and 4. And all we're going to do is strum straight through the strings. Right now, we're not going to be doing upstrokes. We're not going to be singling out bass strings or any other strings. It's just going to be a solid, straight down strum. So on the 2 and the 4, like this. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you wanted to increase your speed, you could do that. You could even do it with the metronome at this speed. You can purposefully switch to strumming each note. Once you get that, move your left hand to D chord. 2, 3, 4. then back to A, E, back to A. All right, that's it. Hey, if this got you started, I've got a full program that walks you from beginner to actually playing songs step by step, and I'll link that below. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to use these 3 chords to play your very first full song. Keep practicing this, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.